This is Tank's Vlog, wrapping up the day in sports for December 14, 2017. It was the last Thursday night game of the year for the NFL. So, we had the Denver Broncos and Indianapolis Colts. Two teams who have been eliminated from the playoffs. Two teams who have had dreadful seasons. And two teams who might be going under massive changes come the offseason. Early on, it was the Colts who took the lead. But you know, the Colts all year have been that horse that goes out of the gate. But then it goes and then dies on the back end of the stretch. Meanwhile, the Broncos, with Brock Osweiler coming off the bench and looking like a good quarterback, which is the biggest surprise of all, to win the game 25-13. I tell you, there's a good reason why if you go looking for change, you don't want to go to Chuck Pagano, because he will never give you 4 quarters. It's clear, and the big play was 3rd and 21, and the Colts grabbed a face mask. I mean, I don't know how Chuck Pagano even survived last year. I can't imagine there's any way possible that Chuck Pagano is back next year in Indianapolis. In NHL tonight, Devils played shorthanded. No Taylor Hall. Palmieri was out. They're definitely a little banged up right now. But they went out up to Montreal and gave a good effort. They didn't get the win, but they were able to get the 1 point regulation. As it was tied 1-1 at the end of regulation. And they ended up losing the game on a giveaway to Thomas Plekanec. But at least getting a point in Montreal shows something, at least. Meanwhile, the Capitals, they're starting to heat up. Beat the Bruins 5-3. The Flyers edged the Sabres for their 5th straight win, 2-1. It was the Blue Jackets beating up on the Islanders 6-4. The Ducks over the Blues 3-1. Minnesota Wild, they're playing really good lately. They beat the Maple Leafs today 2-0. The Blackhawks took down the Jets, getting their 4th straight win, 5-1. The Avalanche buried the Panthers 2-1. The Sharks took a bite out of the Flames 3-2. The Predators blanked the Oilers. That was a shutout with their backup goalie, Juuse Saros. It was the Lightning striking down the Coyotes 4-1. And the Vegas Golden Knights, with Marc-Andre Fleury leading the way, beat his former team, the Penguins, 2-1. As John Merrill scored his first goal of the season, the former Devil, scoring his first goal of the season for Las Vegas. NBA, it was the Battle of the Boroughs. And it was the Knicks getting just their 2nd road win of the year, beating the Brooklyn Nets 111-104. But there was some concern at the end of the game as Kristaps Porzingis exited in the 4th quarter with a knee injury. It was the Pistons over the Hawks, 105-91. LeBron gave some advice to Lonzo Ball, telling him that I will be your teammate next year. And but this year, it was LeBron schooling the Lakers with a triple-double in a 121-112 win in Cleveland. It was the Timberwolves 119-96 over the Kings. And the surging Warriors took down the Mavericks 112-97. Today's 3 stars are Yuzi Saros of the Predators, Brock Osweiler of the Broncos, and Karl Anthony Towns, who had a big game for the Timberwolves in their win over the Kings. We take a birthday shout-out today, and it goes to legendary member of the 72 Dolphins, Nick Buoniconti, who is 77. His son was involved in a terrible tragedy on the field, playing for the Citadel, in which left him paralyzed. And Nick Buoniconti, ever since then, has been heavily involved in the research of spinal injuries and hoping one day that they could cure and heal people in that condition. And we take a look back 35 years ago in Alabama when Coach Paul Bear Bryant announced his retirement. He would coach his final game 2 weeks later in the Liberty Bowl, and he joked before that game that he was going to probably croak within a week. He died in a month. So it was almost ironic that he actually said that, and he ends up dying. Friday night. Hope all you Barstool fans, all the Stoolies out there, are pumped up. We got the fight between Hank and Tex. It's the big pay-per-view for Rough and Rowdy. And I look at these two, and I don't see how Hank has a chance. Tex looks a little crazy. He looks like the Tasmanian devil. And I just see him going in there and just whipping all over Hank. Sorry, Hank. I just call it as I see it. I see a big win, easy win for Tex in the big brawl, Rough and Rowdy. Hope everyone enjoys it at Barstool Sports, and of course at sportsencyclopedia.com, where sports history lives. And of course, you know what Friday is. It's the end of an era, the last show for Mike's on WFAN. And then the 3 o'clock show becomes unlistenable. So, if you get a chance at some point today, you got to put on Mike Francesa. Just to hear his last announcement, his last words on the fan. And my last words for today, naturally, good day.